Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Jenny Reaction. Now before we get started, please make sure you like, share, also subscribe. Make sure you have all your post notifications on because every time I drop a video, y'all be notified. I hope each and every one is having a blessed and beautiful day. Now today I'm going to be reacting to Laina G. She's finally telling her side of the story of how everything had went down between her and Nique, and even has stated in the text messages that Nique was body shaming her. Like always, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, so we're going to go right now and get to it.
So besties, it's your girl Laina G, and we are back with another freaking video, y'all. It has been a long 3 months since I posted on this channel. In those 3 months, y'all, I obviously got engaged, which most of y'all should know if you follow the LNK family channel. But yeah, I've got engaged. I am 4 months postpartum. Laina is 4 months. And I just feel like a lot has happened in those 3 months. And honestly, I don't know why I went ghost on you guys. I always say I'm gonna be consistent on this channel, but then I always go ghost. Like, I just don't know what it is. I feel like I be feeling like I want a purpose when I'm posting on this channel, and sometimes I be like in my head, like, do I really want to watch this? Should I really post this? I don't know. But that's really why I haven't posted in 3 months. Plus, I've just been in this mom mode, fiance era, traveling, just taking care of life and living life. And it's already, we do a lot on our family channel, then try to on this, plus my TikTok, which I also do content on, plus our family TikTok. It just be a lot to juggle. And I'm really sorry to all the besties, because y'all always text me like, Laina, when you post it again? Laina, you need to be posted again. And I just want to say, I apologize. Like, I might, like, I'm not even gonna say what I might do. Like, it just might happen. But I'm not gonna tell you guys, because then you guys are gonna then it's just me contradicting myself. We are here today because for most of you that click this video, you guys already know a lot has transpired on the internet, on TikTok, on YouTube, on freaking Instagram, and a lot has happened. And when everything happened, I was on vacation. I was in Thailand for like 8 days, so I was not gonna make a video, and I did go live, but honestly, I didn't want to keep going live because it was just too much that was going on. So everything has kind of calmed down now, in some sorts of ways. But obviously, I am still, there's like a hate train right now for Laina G, which is cool. Y'all do you. It is what it is. And don't mind this band-aid, y'all. This little Crayola band-aid. Yeah, there's like a little hate train going on, and things have been said, and truthfully, it's only right that I say what I want to say, get what I want to get off my chest, because it kind of just, I don't know, I just been thinking about it a lot, and I've been sitting on it. I didn't want to make a video as soon as I got back home with all the emotions that I felt. I kind of just wanted to let everything settle down and really think about my emotions and think how I wanted to speak on this situation. It's honestly a situation that got blown out of proportion, to be honest. I personally feel like something like super innocent, just like a, hey, is this over there, got turned into miscommunication.
Okay, so she's saying that, this little small little thing was blowing out of proportion, but if it was blowing out of proportion, you thought that nothing was, that serious, then why would you go live and respond to the video that Nique had did about her buying Kaiser an outfit for the engagement party? So obviously there was more to it, and you had, put your 2 cents in for you to, now say that it was just blowing out of proportion, which it was not blowing out of proportion if you wouldn't have put your 2 cents in where it does not concern you.
Communications on people's end, it got brought into the light, which made other people like you guys, the supporters, the fans, have a say so in this situation. And then obviously I did go live twice speaking about the situation, and then videos were made after that, and then another video was made after that. I should have never went live and spoke about the situation. I will take accountability for that. And then
okay, so that's good that she's taking an accountability for going live and bringing up the whole situation about Nique.
And what I will also say is, we should have just got Kaiser an outfit instead of asking. Even though it was an innocent, hey, do you have this over there? Ask. We should have just got it, and it would have just avoided this whole entire situation. And that's just is what it is. Now, when we was in Thailand, We had posted a video. I think it was like, get ready with us for our engagement party. I had an engagement party, y'all. Also, if you guys didn't know, but I'm sure you guys will know. We posted a video like, get ready with us for our engagement party. And as we're in Thailand, you know, I'm reading the comments. I always read the comments because a lot of you guys are our supporters. You guys are always saying good things, and a lot of you guys were like really happy for us in this like era of life for me and King. I was reading the comments, and then out of nowhere, I started getting spammed on my Instagram. We started getting spammed on YouTube. And everybody's like, why do you get Kaiser an outfit? How come Kaiser didn't have an outfit? Laina, you're dead wrong. Laina, you're keeping, you know, Laina, ever since King got with Laina, he hasn't been taking care of his son. It was just like a bunch of stuff. I was getting spammed in the DMs. I was getting spammed on Instagram. We were getting spammed on YouTube. And I was so confused. I'm like, I remember showing King, I'm like, babe, what are they talking about? Like, what the heck? Like, where is this coming from? And then I went, you know, I looked up Nique's channel, and I saw she posted a video that said getting Kaiser ready for King's engagement party. And then I was like, oh, this is where it's coming from. And then, you know, obviously I clicked it to see what was said, to see why people are all of a sudden coming to our page. And, you know, I saw the video. She had to go and get Kaiser outfit and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I really wasn't a part of the whole Kaiser outfit situation. King was just handling that because I was handling literally everything else that had to do with the engagement party, from my appointments to talking with the event planner to, you know, talking to her about what time things had to be picked up, to talking with my family that was coming down, my friends that were coming down. So honestly, he was handling that part. Then, you know, I obviously was a little frustrated because I'm like, I just felt like it could have been avoided. I felt like it could have been avoided. I felt like we had already talked, you know, him and her have already talked numerous times saying like, hey, please don't mention us in your videos. We won't mention you in our videos.
Here we go with this mentioned video crap. Like, she did not mean no harm to mention King Kaiser. All she put in the video was getting Kaiser an outfit for King's engagement party. What is such a big deal about that title? I understand they didn't want to have the name involved with the title, but if that's the case, then you know, it would have been different if Nique did not use King Kaiser's name in the title to be malicious. She just did a video that it was actually, you know, a positive video, was nothing mean, or she wasn't saying nothing mean about King in that video. So they are putting too much energy into this title engagement stuff or mentioning King. She didn't really meant to put anything in there that was gonna be blowing out of proportion and have y'all be pissed off because she used his name. That's stupid to me.
You mention us in your videos, we always get backlash in a negative way, or just like, it's just never
the only time they're going to get backlash in a negative way if Laina stop putting her 2 cents in where it's not concerning. Whatever situation is going on with King and Nique is between them two.
Good, happy situation. It's always like a negative way. And I just feel like when you're co-parenting and when you're trying to like really work things out for the child that's in the middle, it's just like you have to respect each other's boundaries and wishes and those things. So like we had already, you know, came to the agreement, you don't speak about us, we won't speak about you. So obviously I was already upset about that because first, you know, me and her didn't leave off on a good note the last time we spoke. The last time me and Nique spoke was she texted me and King and she was like, hey, you know, can you guys stop talking about Kaiser's situation, like his school situation, because it's just nobody's business. And she was getting backlash. And I remember like it was posted on the tea room and everybody was bashing her and stuff like that. And I had told her, no, like that was not my intentions to like speak about it and make it into like a negative way. We were just letting our supporters know why Kaiser hasn't been in our videos and why he hasn't been around much this year, and just kind of clearing the air for our supporters because that's what King wanted to be said. And then, you know, like,
then if King wanted that to be said, then King should have been the main one speaking on why his son have not been around and not been in videos.
Like, I apologize. I say going forward, like we won't mention that. Like that's cool. And then in the same group message, King and her were just like going at it, and then, you know, things got a little disrespectful. And then I was just like, you know, I texted, I was just like, yeah, no, like that's not cool. Like to disrespect him while I'm in the same group message, like, you know, especially when he's not disrespecting you or calling you out your name, for you to just call him out your name, his name is like it's not cool. And, obviously things were said back and forth, and we had never spoke about it since then. So then personally, me, I just felt like using our engagement party in your title, which wasn't only King's event, but also my event, and something very like sentimental and special to me, I just felt like was not okay. Because we don't put anything that has to do with her in our titles. We don't talk about her in any type of way. We don't mention her name. We don't put her name in our titles. We don't mention any event she got going on in our titles. So I just feel like there has to be boundaries in this co-parenting, blended.
Exactly. It's supposed to be, some type of boundary, which means you need to stay out of King's and Nique situation they got going on with the son. And none of this problem would have been going on, but constantly you keep bringing up this situation, this engagement thing again. You and King Kaiser. I don't know what's the issue with the fucking title, but that's what you're trying to make it seem like she had used an engagement thing and had mentioned King Kaiser in the video. That's why I was upset and went out your way to go live and said that she doesn't even have Kaiser. Constantly is the mom. At this point, girl, just apologize and keep it pushing because you always in the middle of something that does not have nothing to do with you.
Family type of situation, like there just has to be boundaries. He has already been said so many times, like, hey, stop speaking about either the past or stop speaking about certain situations because it's affecting us and what we got going on over here. We're very like, y'all know, if you guys are LK support, you guys know we really don't be in no drama. We're very peaceful. We're a whole different type of lifestyle over here, and it just messes what we got going on. Like we don't want that type of traffic over here. We have our own type of group, our own kind of supporters, and that's just what it is. So I had texted her directly instead of before I even went live. I had texted Nique directly, and I was just like, hey, especially like how we left off things before. I just feel like using our engagement party in your title wasn't okay. And then I had kind of explained the situation to her about like, my Nique's mom and whatever. You guys already know that whole situation, how they already had a conversation, and like, you saying something like that on camera, just it gave people room to comment on the co-parenting situation, comment on something that had nothing to do with them. And I feel like that's where it all went wrong. It's like you expressing that on camera, you gave people an opportunity to be a part of a situation that they didn't need to be a part of. And, she texted me back and, things were said. She like body shamed me and, I was being very respectful.
That right there is uncalled for. Nobody has to be body shaming nobody, calling them out the name. If y'all gonna have a little disagreement and stuff, it's all right, but make sure y'all stop body shaming each other because that's crazy right there. There's a lot of females out there right now that are feeling very insecure about how they look personally because they have this image that they had to have this perfect body for the people to accept them. And especially Laina. Laina has been 4 months postpartum and her body is not the way that it was when she first started dating King, which I completely understand where Lena's coming from. And that part right there, Nique is very, wrong for that.
Of being very mature about the situation. Everybody has a right to feel how they feel, and I just feel like her expressing how she felt on camera, that's where it all transpired, and that's why people felt so comfortable to come and like, start bashing us and start speaking about a situation they didn't know the full details to, they didn't know the back end conversations to, they didn't know the text messages that were exchanged, like they just didn't know the full story. And that's where I feel like if you don't speak about us and if we don't speak about you, situations like this just won't happen. You know what I mean? Like it could have been an easy conversation that you had between you and King where it was just like hey, like I felt like you could have did this for Kaiser instead of me having to go out my way. And you're completely right. Like that's valid. Like that's how you feel. Can't nobody stop how you feel. And then it could have went from there. Things could have got clarified or whatever the case could be. But I had just texted her as a woman because at the end of the day, when things happen between all this co-parenting situation and all this media stuff, like it does affect me too. I am literally always dragged into it, and yes, it be by the supporters and stuff like that, but it's still not right. It's just not right. So I had texted her because it's like they're coming. Truthfully, y'all, I feel like I read more comments that were coming for me than they were coming for King. I'm like, what? Like, how am I to blame? It's like if all fails, Laina is the blame. Like it all boils down. Laina is the bottom blame, and I'm like, what? So it's just like, yeah, I had texted her very maturely, very respectfully, was not coming at her. Everything I stated was a fact. And then, like, yeah, she started body shaming me. She called me like Biggie and Humpty Dumpty, and then she blocked me. And then that's when I got on live because I was like, I'm telling you, y'all, they were spamming me. They were spamming our YouTube account. And I was just like, I'm finna clear it up. Like, I just feel like it's not right. Like, we're gonna sit here, we're on vacation, we're trying to enjoy ourselves, and here we are, like, in drama again, in a mess. People coming at us and not knowing the full and backstory of it. And yeah, I did get online. I stated that, I stated the situation. I tried to clear it up. I'm gonna just say I tried because I did not clear it up. But I tried to clear up the freaking situation. And it might have made things worse. And like I said, I shouldn't have just gone on live. I should have just kept my composure and just let the situation blow over. But it's just so unfair. And I feel like it's just like being silent type of thing. And I just think a lot of the time we always get the short end of the stick where we're silent to a situation or we don't speak up on a situation. And it really just makes you feel shitty on the inside. So, and then it's just like, I know what kind of father King is, and I know when he asked, Jacinda, like, hey, do you have this over there? It was innocent. Like, it was just a 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I feel like a lot of it just could have been avoided. But when I did get on live, I did state, like, she didn't know about the conversations that her mom and King had because she don't be with Kaiser. And everybody took that as me, like, degrading her, me just putting my...
As I recall, she stated in her live that Nique, Kaiser's always with the grandma and Nique is always out, if I'm not mistaken. So that's right there is Laina degrading Nique as not being a good mom to her son.
2 cents in a situation that had nothing to do with me, where in reality, everybody includes me in the situation, and if it's affecting King, it's affecting me. If it's affecting our YouTube, it's affecting me. If it's affecting our household, it's affecting me. Me and him, we're not 2 separate people. We're one. We work together. We're best friends. We're together every single day. His emotions are my emotions. We're literally in each other's face every single day. And I just hate the narrative that people try to paint him to be like a deadbeat father. Like, that hurts me because one, like, I just know what happens behind closed doors. I know what happens behind closed doors. So yes, if I feel like I want to defend my family, if I want to defend my man, if I want to say what I think is correctly, I'm going to get on live or I'm going to get on the media and I'm going to say what I feel. At the end of the day, we all work on social media. So yeah, it does kind of matter in a little bit of a sense what people say and what people think, especially when I was seeing our own supporters, like, man, Laina and King, like, that's not right and stuff. Like, I was seeing our own, like, daily supporters commenting that. So of course I'm gonna go and try to clear things up for the people that care. So then another video was made and more things were said that honestly don't have nothing to do with me, but I'm gonna just say this, like, when Kaiser is over here, he is well taken care of. He has a room full of toys, Spider-Man, Xbox, clothes. Every time he comes over here, he has new toys on his bed. He has new outfits on his bed. He has stuff that I ordered him when he wasn't here on his bed. And yeah, when Kaiser's here, he's straight. He's happy. He's having a good time. At the engagement party, Kaiser was having fun. He was on the floor wrestling with other kids. Happy to see Laina. He was like pushing her stroller around when she was crying. Like, everybody has so much fun. I feel like everybody that's like just trying to paint everything to be this worst image. It's just like, it's just too much. It was miscommunication from 3 parties. It was miscommunication from 3 parties, and that's just really what it is. But I feel like a lot of this could have been avoided if the agreement that we all had agreed on, that we all was like, yeah, okay, whatever, we don't do this, you don't do that. If that was respected, then none of this would have transpired. Things could have been handled in real life or over a phone call or over text. Even before I went on live, I was just trying to be a mature woman and come to her and just be like, hey, like, I'm not okay with this, especially since how we left things off. I feel like you shouldn't have used our engagement party in your title. You're valid to feel how you feel about the outfit and the situation. That personally doesn't really have anything to do with me, but I'm still trying to, educate you on what the conversations were when you weren't around.
Educate her.
Because Kaiser was with Jacinda in Louisiana for school when King was speaking to her. But then things went left and, like, it just got disrespectful, and then I got blocked, like I said. Another video was made, and this is really why I'm making this video, because this right here, forget the word, like, oh, like Biggie and Humpty Dumpty and Miss Chubby Lady, like, Cool, whatever. Y'all can call me whatever you guys want. I'm 4 months postpartum. I will not look like this forever. When I snap back, that's it. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I just had a second kid back to back. That's whatever. You guys can call me whatever you guys want. But to insinuate that, like, I'm this mean person to Kaiser, that was like a real low blow. That was a real low blow, and I feel like that's what hurt me. I feel like that's what hurt me even more. And after I like saw that video and stuff, that's when I stopped like responding, because I didn't want to keep, like, I just didn't want to respond out of anger, and I didn't want to respond out of like just hurt. Because the situation that she's talking about, that she said that she checked King, was Kaiser was here at our house for Easter break, and we had so much fun. I made sure I had things lined up for when he came, activities planned. Him and Ocean were playing outside, playing inside. We did camping. They were painting. I bought him like these costumes for him to play in the house with. Like, great time. But the situation that she's speaking about, Kaiser and Ocean, when they're here, they be arguing. That's just it. Ocean is not used to having somebody else around all the time, so she be arguing about her toys. He be mad when she touches his toys. Like, they argue, brother and sister. And what I always tell King is, let them argue. They'll figure it out. You know, you don't want to keep correcting them, because then, whatever. Like, that's what siblings do. They argue. He was on the phone with his lovey, and Kaiser went and he got like this whole little roll of toilet paper, and he had like the smallest little scratch on his knee. And he was on the phone with his lovey acting like it just hurted so much. Like, he had the roll of toilet paper to his knee like he was bleeding. And he was not bleeding at all, y'all. He was just being dramatic like a 5-year-old is. I did not say, what is it that they said? I said, Kaiser, get over it. I don't even talk like that. I would never talk. I might talk like that to my kid, but I would never talk like that to Kaiser. Ever, 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 ever talk like that to Kaiser. I remember laughing at the situation because King was laughing as well. I was like, really, Kaiser? And that's what I said. I said, really, Kaiser? And I was laughing because he had the roll of toilet paper to his knee and there was nothing there. And it was just a funny situation. So her trying to like, yeah, she called King and she said what she said to King and stuff like that. And she asked about the situation, and she was like, you know, that she knows Kaiser could be dramatic sometimes. She just wanted to know about the situation. And King told her about the situation, and she was just like, you know, like, cool, yeah, like she knows that he could be dramatic sometimes. And that was the end of the situation. I'm not this horrible, mean person to Kaiser. I don't discipline him. I don't talk to him crazy. I'm very lovable when he's here. I make his freaking food for him. I make sure he's having a good time. I plan out these cool little activities. I order stuff for him and Ocean to do. Like, to be painted as this like horrible stepmother that wants him out the picture is just so like, it's so mean. And I know who I am, and I know how I treat Kaiser. So that's why I've really been debating on whether or not to make this video. But it's just not fair to keep seeing those type of comments when, like, I know what I do, and I know how good I am to Kaiser. I know how much I love Kaiser. I know how much I care about him. Like, it's just so ridiculous. When Kaiser was living in Houston, Kaiser was part of our vacations, our little trips. When we went to Colorado, Wolf Great Lodge for his 4th birthday. We went to Rhode Island when I was having my gender reveal. We went to Dallas. I don't know, but he was a part of all that. When we was having all our little photo shoots, our family photo shoots, our intro, he was a part of all that type of stuff. The only reason why people have not been seeing him this past year is because he's been in Louisiana. We cannot accommodate to the one day that he can be here, which is a Saturday. That's just what it is. And it's nobody's fault. It's just, and once he gets back out here, he will be a part of everything again, like he was when he lived in Houston. Like, everybody's like dragging the situation, like you guys never have him in any of your photo shoots. Laina wants him out the picture. Like, that is not the case. And to be,
well, you can understand where people is coming from, because it's kind of obvious. If y'all gonna have a photo shoot, you know, y'all can call Nique and ask Nique if he's gonna be, you know, what day is good for him to be part of the photo shoot. Y'all can work a way around for Kaiser to be part of the photo shoot or whatever activity y'all have going on.
Saying that online, where a kid is gonna have to get older, and eventually he will see all this stuff one day. Like, one day he will see all this stuff. That's just not the truth. That's just genuinely not the truth. And I feel like for that to be said online, that was a low blow. What I said that she doesn't have Kaiser 24/7, that was a fact. That was a fact. Like, that was not me degrading her as a mother. I never said like you're horrible.
But it's still not your business for you to be going out saying who Kaiser is staying with. That's King Kaiser's business to say something about Nique always out and Kaiser's always staying with the grandma. It was not your business. You shouldn't have put your 2 cents in.
Horrible mom, you don't do nothing for Kaiser, you're a deadbeat. Like, I did not one of those things came out my mouth at all. I said one thing: she's not with Kaiser 24/7, so that's why she didn't know about the conversation that King and Jacinda had. Literally all I said. That's literally all I said. I didn't degrade her. That wasn't degrading her. That wasn't coming for her motherhood. That was a fact. Everybody knows that Kaiser is in Louisiana for school. That's just what it is. Like, nothing about what I said.
Now, you didn't say that in the live about Kaiser being in Louisiana for school. You stated that Nique is never around with Kaiser. So now you're trying to switch the words around.
Was me. Nothing about what I said was a lie. Nothing about what I said was just like what they said, basically. Like, what she said to me in messages is not, I didn't even like give that type of energy. I didn't come for her looks.
I want to see those messages
in any other type of way. And, you know, that's just honestly the situation. Everybody be like, oh, you know, like, her man stays quiet, Laina. Why can't you just stay quiet? Well, does he get dragged into every situation? Is everybody blaming him for a situation? Like, everybody was blaming me for the situation. That, first of all, shouldn't have even hit the internet. It shouldn't have been said in a video. It should have been handled behind closed doors. When I had texted her, I tried to handle it behind closed doors. It got bigger. Even though it had already hit the internet, I tried to handle it behind closed doors as a woman. Woman. Anyways, people have already made up their mind and just feel like certain people is wrong, certain people are right, which is cool. Like, y'all all have your opinions, but I just feel like it did not feel right to me for this narrative to be painted of me as this horrible stepmother, this horrible person that wants Kaiser out of the picture, because that's never the case. That's not the case. I love Kaiser. I sent her a couple months ago, I sent her a school that's in our neighborhood for him to come to in Houston. I'm like, hey girl, like, this school's right in our community. Like, it's in a good school and it's in our community. And I don't know if you guys discussed where he'll be at for school yet, but shoot, we don't travel that much. I know it'll be a good, stable place for him to be here. It'll be stability. You know what I mean? Like, and we can walk him to school. We can walk him to school and walk him back. She didn't like the school, which is cool. She said it was an hour away from her house and she didn't want to commute that far, which is understandable because that was kind of the same situation when Kaiser was in daycare and King didn't want to commute an hour from his daycare all the way back to our house every single day. And he was only in daycare then, so now it's real school, which I understand. You know, cool. I try to still help out. I'm always still trying to help out. When Kaiser was having his fifth birthday, and his lovey texted us and was like a week before his birthday, like, hey, you know, sent us the invitation and stuff like that. I was like, hey, do you want us to bring anything? Like, do you need help with anything? I'm thinking like maybe we could be in charge of the cake. Maybe we can be in charge of the goodie bags. Like, I don't know. Like, let us know. Since you're planning this birthday party with your daughter, I'm still trying to help as a good person that I am. Like, hey, what do you need help with? Like, we're here to help. Nothing was told that they need help with, except for decorating. But she had already got her cousin to decorate her house. Like, it's just so much things that, like, it's two sides to every story. I'm going to just say that. There's two sides to every story.
All right, well, I'm just going to leave it here for now because she really ain't going to say too much about, you know, what else is going on. But personally, I just hope that she learned from the situation and stay away from the situation that's going on with Nique and also with King Kaiser. I understand that that's her fiance and she tried to defend him, but as you can see how everything had downplayed. Now, she should have also went to live to talk about how Nique is never around her son. That's not really her business or her concern of what the situation. And again, they're still talking about this whole situation with the engagement. It was just a title. She really didn't meant say anything wrong about, you know, the whole situation of King Kaiser not getting Kaiser an outfit. But also Nique is wrong as well if she allegedly has sent those messages to her, body shaming her, which is uncalled for because like I said in the middle of the video, you know, there's a lot of females out there that are having to deal with body shame or dealing how they actually look due to the fact of them giving birth or gaining weight. And it's very uncalled for because she had gave birth 4 months ago, and she's still in postpartum, which I completely understand when people make fun of somebody because of how their weight is. So right there, I just feel that Nique was wrong. But anyway, guys, leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel about the situation, and I'll see you next time with another Jenny reaction video.